Hello, it's Brett here, and today I want to talk about a topic that's really important to me, and I'm hoping it's important to you, and it is the topic of how you can live longer. Now, what would you do if I gave you an extra 10 years on your life, or an extra 15, even 20 years on your life? What sort of things would you do? What could you achieve? Who could you help? Now think about that for a moment, because as human beings, and I stick both my hands up this time, is we get into this routine in life where we're actually not thinking about, how long am I actually going to live? And the reason being is because most people are actually scared of dying. And it's a very, very tough topic to talk about, especially with a lot of people, because as soon as you start thinking about death in the physical form, it becomes quite an emotional component, because not too many people know how to handle that conversation, so they avoid even ever thinking about it. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to be talking about death in this particular video. I'm more talking about life and how we can get a better quality of life and how we can achieve more things in the time that we have. Now, Dan Sullivan, a really successful entrepreneurial coach and mentor, he's been in the industry for many, many years. I heard him talk about this particular concept of the lifetime extender, and his initial thoughts around it were every person has a particular age and when they feel like that's going to be their limit, right? And when I thought about this, I was like, yeah, I do have an age, and for some reason my age is 99. I felt like when I first heard this, I was like, yep, 99 is when I'm going to die. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know what prompted it. It was just the number. Now, you have a number as well. You've already thought of that, I know, because when you're prompted with that question, you're like, yeah. I talk to people and some people go, yeah, 65, 75, 80. And I'm like, whoa, hold on a minute. Imagine taking this concept for a second, called the lifetime extender. And just by thinking and resetting the age that you believe you're going to be passing away, think what that would do to your life for a moment. Imagine being 65 and you go, well, my life barrier, I guess the number that I have in my head, I'm going to live till I'm 100. That means you've got 35 years left of your life. You're going to engage in new things. You're going to go, well, I need to do a lot of learning because I've got a lot of things to still achieve in the remaining 35 years. But if you've set and subconsciously set this age in your mind that you're going to pass away when you're 70, you're going to plan your life, and your life is going to be, unfold towards that particular number. So by the time you hit 50, you're like, well, I've only got 20 years left. What's the point? And you see that already in this day and age. I hear older people, in the 50 to 60 range, are like, oh, look, I've had my life. I've had a bit of fun. It's like, whoa, man, my life, I want to live till I'm 120. Now, I know you could be going, well, gee, Brett, come on, 120, that's a bit far-fetched. Well, it is if you don't let your mind think that. Now, there's some things that I really want to share with you that I know for fact on a physiological and a psychological level that it will actually help you live longer. Apart from the first point of, at least set your age to higher. It's in past videos I talk about thinking big, right? Thinking big and how you can be successful is have a desire, have a bigger dream. Dream to live longer. But this is the point. It's not about the length of the days. It's about how we use these days, which is more important. That's what I want to share with you in this training. I want to share with you some strategies that I use, me and Emily, my wife, use on a daily basis, and also some other concepts that we're looking into right as this video is filming. And this is where this video has been prompted from as well, is because we're always looking to improve our quality of life. You only get one vehicle, right? This is the vehicle. This is what I'm dealt with. I'm dealt with this ugly face, right? I've got to deal with it. So, of course, things with plastic surgery and all of that, changing, what we are supposed to be. Well, I don't know about that. That's for another video. But what I want to talk about is some concepts that you can use. Okay, I'll talk about this body, this one thing that we get. This is your vehicle. You're not going to jump on a jet ski and shoot across the other side of the world through the ocean. No, you need to be prepared, and you need to take on you need to have a better vehicle to get there. Same thing with life. If you want to live longer, you need to look after your body. It's not just about what you look like on the outside, how much muscles you have, and and how beautiful you look, and how straight your hair is because you've straightened it every day. It's about how long is that going to last. Right? Think about that for a moment. You straighten your hair every single day for 40 years. What's your hair quality going to be like in 40 years, 50 years? Have a bit of a rethink about the strategy that I'm actually utilizing right now. And one of those things is, of course, fueling your body. I'm not going to get into a lot of nutrition right here. I've talked about in other videos, and we'll do a separate video purely on nutrition and foods, the best food suite. But you need to be fueling your body with clean, nutritious meals. Cut out sugar, right? Get rid of that crap. That's just killing our insides. Because you don't see what's on the inside, you only see what you see in the mirror. You know, sometimes, you know, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like I'm looking good now. You might have been training for some time, you're like, yeah, I'm starting to feel good. But when you look in the mirror and you're like, geez, I don't like what I am, I don't like what I see. You know, you might see that roll that you're looking at the mirror the wrong way and you're like, oh no, geez. And that could be the thing that leads you to action. But what you're missing there is you're only seeing what you're seeing on the outside. Keep staring into that mirror and really see what you see. You know, how is everything internally? How much energy do you have? What's the quality of your life like? Do you get out and run around with the children? Do you get out and walk the dogs? Yeah. What is your quality of life like? That's what we really want to concentrate on here. So fuel the body. The next concept obviously is fueling the mind. What are you doing to grow and stretch your brain matter? What are you doing to grow new cells, to generate new thoughts and create new mindset attitudes and beliefs? And what are you doing there? Okay, so for me, I personally listen to a minimum 1 hour of a mixture of different things. It depends what I'm trying to work on at the time. If I'm feeling like I need to be a bit more motivated and a bit of inspiration, I'll listen to a lot of motivation and inspirational type podcasts, or listen to things like this that will just get me a lot of fire back up underneath me. If I'm looking for a certain strategy on how to grow a business, how to grow my business, or how to steer my career in a certain direction, I'll learn and I'll become obsessed almost like into that thing. I'll go, I need to get the content that I'm needing so I can move forward. So what are you doing to stretch your brain, your mind? Are you asking yourself the right questions? Self-assessment is a massive thing that we need to do in this day and age. So we need to self-assess and we go, well, how am I currently living right now? Am I happy with that, or am I not happy with that? And for the majority of people, I know the answer is you're not happy with that. That's why I'm standing here filming this video, is because I want to be that little bit of light, even if I just motivate or inspire one or two or dozens, thousands, whatever the number is. I know I've done my job. Okay, so I want you to ask yourself, what are you doing in between here? It's not all about just fueling the body and being, because you could eat healthy. You could eat healthy, you could exercise a lot, which is another point I want to talk about. You could exercise a lot, get up and move, but if you don't have the capability to stretch your mind, to stretch your dreams, then you're not going to be able to live longer, right? Because to live longer, you need to think smarter as well. Right now, of course, there are certain people out there who just seem to live forever, right? They seem to live forever. But what you need to be doing is you need to adapt and you need to grow with the world, right? A lot of people turn away from that and go, I'm not going to live by society's laws and rules, but unfortunately we need to. You don't have to believe into all of them or buy into them all. You just need to adapt and grow. So when I see an elderly person and I say, well, they say, oh, there's this bloody internet, this computer stuff, I don't do any of that. I'm like, why not? You're missing out on so much more growth. Imagine what you could do if you had access to that, or you actually took the time to learn something. And again, I need to preface this entire thing by saying, if you do one of these things, you're guaranteed to live longer. I can't guarantee anything, right? What I'm doing is I'm giving you principles and practices that I know that can help you live a lot longer. Okay, and one of them is making sure we're looking after what's between our ears, so that's extremely important. Another concept we use, that I have adapted into my routines, is drinking a lot of herbal teas. Herbal teas, great for the mind, great for the body. Something to get into a routine of. If you drink a lot of coffees, do me a favor. Cut one coffee out and add a herbal tea in, okay? Add a peppermint tea, a green tea, ginger tea is beautiful. Add these herbal teas into your routine by eliminating a coffee if that's you. If you don't drink any coffee, just start having a herbal tea. Try and eliminate down to like one coffee a day. One coffee a day, you shouldn't need any more than that. And if you're taking it purely for an energy burst, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I need my coffee. It just means you haven't been fueling yourself. You haven't been giving yourself the right nutrition. Another concept I want to talk about is stretching, mobility. Right, I know these are not these amazing ideas, but how many of these things are you actually doing? Okay, how many are you actually doing? Are you stretching every single day? For me, in the shower, I'm always doing a routine, a stretching routine. That's why my water bill is so high, but I don't care. I love being in the shower. I'll do my stretches because I know it's a limb bringing me up. Now, am I a gymnast type, and have the greatest flexibility? No, I don't. No, I don't actually. In fact, what I'm doing as of next week after filming this particular video, me and my wife, we're going to be going to some hot yoga classes. We're going to be sticking to that and making that a part of our weekly routine. Okay. Also, another thing that I think is really valuable, and again, this does depend on finances and so forth, but massages, regular massages. Okay. Massages aren't just for you to get a relaxed, whilst that is one of the major benefits. Sometimes I fall asleep on the table, but it's not just about the relaxation side of it. You get so many more physiological benefits as well. It helps remove toxins and helps relieve muscle soreness and so forth from training and just every day. If you're sitting at a computer, if you're anything like me, so I sit at a computer a lot, so what can tend to happen is we can slump forward, right? I mean, I know you know this. If you're sitting at a desk when you're working, you're like, and then all of a sudden you're up and you're like, oh geez, at the end of the day or lunchtime, you're like, geez, my back's sore. Which leads me to the next point, is every 60 minutes, set an alarm on your phone, okay? Set an alarm on your phone for every 60 minutes. That gets you up and does give me at least 60 seconds. Okay, that's all it is, 60 seconds. 60 seconds of your time where you're gonna stand up and you're just gonna stand tall, you're gonna breathe, take some nice deep breaths in through the stomach and just relax. Seriously, that in itself is gonna give you so much greater inner peace. I can't express that enough. And if you want to take to the next level, utilize some Tai Chi exercises and some Qigong exercises. If you don't know how to do those, just get on YouTube, Google it. There's plenty of those out there. And in a future video, I'll go through my complete demonstration that I do for the 60 seconds and show you exactly what I do there. And I do that every single hour. Now, is there times where I miss the hour? Yes, I'm human, right? I'm human, but I have full intention of doing that every single hour. I might miss a couple a day, if that. Okay, but it's really important. Why? Because I want to live longer. I want to live longer, but I want to be able to have a better quality of life while I am still alive. And I know you do too. I know you do too, or else you would not be watching this video. You'll be out there watching a cat climbing a tree, or some epic fail video where people are actually hurting themselves, but you're not. You're watching this, it's because you clearly want to live longer. You're like me. We want to live longer but have a greater quality of life. So I hope you can take some of those techniques, those strategies that I use, and start implementing them into your day. Start implementing them into your day, or else they're just great ideas. Okay? And great ideas never get you anywhere. It's about the implementation and action that you take by hearing these ideas. Just take one. I want to challenge you, just take one of these concepts, whether you're going to improve your nutritional component, whether you're going to start exercising more or better, or actually just get out there and start exercising. Are you going to take up some form of flexibility training? Okay, flexibility training is a huge one, whether it's in the shower, in the morning and night. There's a good 10 minutes worth of stretching you're getting. Okay, every 60 minutes, I want you to stop and I want you to breathe, center yourself, bring yourself back to the now, check in with yourself, go, how's my day going? Man, I'm feeling stressful, I didn't get that job done earlier, or the kids have been annoying me. Center back in, allow that feeling to be there, address it and let it go, and go back on to living your day, quality day, right? Living a quality day. And there's another one I didn't mention, I'll just throw it in here quickly, is sleep. Okay, you need to get quality sleep. The first 4 hours is purely physiological repair, repairing your body. The next 4 hours is psychological repair. So anyone out there is going, yeah, I get it, I do all right off 4 hours sleep. I challenge you to try and get at least another half an hour, an hour or 2 hours, because it's what's going on up here is what's going to count. Okay, now we only get one of these bodies, and if you do not look after it right, then unfortunately, it's going to be determined. That's what's going to determine your length of life, but more so the quality of life. You don't want to get to 50 and you're like, oh, I've had back surgery and I'm this and I'm that and I can't really get out of this. No, I can't go for a run, son, or I can't come down here because, I can hardly move. You don't want to be in that state. And to anyone who is, I urge you, start changing, start making very small changes so the rest of your life is going to be the best of your life. So I'm Brett Campbell. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Until next time, I want you to go out there, live with intention, love with passion, and never give up on your dreams.